Fight fans, what's going on? It was about 24 hours ago now that the women's welterweight champion of the world, Cecilia Braekhus, defeated Klara Svensson by unanimous decision. I actually just caught that fight just now over here in the States. As you know, it's not a fight that we had on TV, so I had to find me a good, clear copy of it so I could break it down the way that it should be broke down. Pretty much from the opening of the first bell to the end of the 10th round, I thought that Cecilia dominated. To be honest, I had heard of Clara, but I had never seen her fight before. So this week, I actually took the time, and it was through some hard work and digging, but I actually found her last three fights, and I checked them out to look at her to see how she looked. And one of the things that I noticed in her previous fights is that she stands with a really wide stance and throws a lot of overhand rights. And I thought that a pro like Cecilia would know how to neutralize that, and that she did. What I noticed Cecilia did is she didn't really do a whole lot of moving around the ring. She pretty much stayed right in front of Clara. Now, I don't know if that's because she didn't respect her punching power, because she has 17 wins and only 5 knockouts. But she stayed right in front of her. She actually slipped a lot of those shots and landed right hand after right hand after right hand. The main combination I saw Cecilia throwing was a straight right hand, and then when Clara would loop that right hand, she would either slip it, catch it on the shoulder, and then hit her with a left hook. It was pretty much a beautiful, dominant performance all the way through for the 35-year-old Cecilia. Clara, I think she did the best she could, but I guess that game plan that Cecilia's old trainer said that he was going to give to them to beat her, I guess it didn't work. Two judges had it 9 rounds to 1, and one judge that I thought had it right had it 10 rounds to 0, because that's how I saw it. I didn't see Clara winning any of the rounds. I think she was struggling with landing that overhand right, which is the main punch that she seems to throw when she tried to land. I also noticed that Cecilia did a very good job of cutting off the ring. I mean, she wasn't letting Clara go anywhere. Every time she moved, she would cut off the ring, and she pretty much stayed right in front of her. That's what made it so such an amazing performance to me, is that she wasn't trying to move away from the longer, taller fighter. She just stayed right there pretty much in front of her. And Clara may have landed a couple of shots, but most of those shots, if you watch them back in slow motion, they landed on the shoulders, or either she slipped them. Clara comes out in round 9. Apparently her corner probably told her, you're going to need a knockout, and she tried to come out aggressive from the moment the bell rung, and then she got her bell rung by getting hit with a hard right hand. If I had to give any negatives about Cecilia, it would be that I didn't really see any body work. She seemed, at least in my opinion, to be headhunting the whole fight, where I think that she could have maybe even at least got a knockdown if she would have maybe went to the body more. Clara has that long, tall body that she could have went to and maybe broke her down a little bit. And the times where Cecilia did hit her in the body, they really were upright, uppercuts that she was trying to really throw to the head, but it just happened to catch her maybe high in the chest. Dominant performance by Cecilia. So the question is where does she go from here? One of the problems with women's boxing is that a lot of the good fighters, if you took the top 10 best fighters around the world, they're never near the same weight class. The weight classes are just so spread out. So I did a little research of my own and thought, well, what would be a good next fight for her? Well, I'm going to start in the super lightweight division. I know that's a weight down, but the best fighter in that division is Erica Anabel Farias. She is from Argentina. She's 24-1, and it just so happens that in 2015 she fought Klara. Yes, I know I'm asking for her to go up in weight, but she is the best in her division, and she's 32 years old. So her and Cecilia are pretty much around the same age. They almost have the same amount of fights, and that could probably be a pretty decent fight over there in Norway. If going up in weight is not going to cut it for her, then I went through the top 10 in welterweight, and what I noticed was that she just recently beat Anna Sophie Matthias. She knocked her out. I want to say it was back in October, and she is the fourth ranked welterweight. She just beat Klara, who is the third ranked welterweight. So I was looking pretty much in the top 10, and this is what I came up with. I came up with two names. The first one is Marie Eve Daiclair, who is from Canada. Now, the negative about her is that her record is 7-0. I really don't know what kind of amateur experience she had. I don't know if she just started fighting and turned amateur at 25, but she's 7-0. But the thing that stuck out to me is she's 30 years old. So she's 5 years younger than Cecilia. And right now, she's actually ranked fifth. And then the other fight would be someone from over here in the States, Layla McCarter, who is 38-13-5. Now, I didn't go to her first because of that record. I know she's number 2 ranked as a welterweight, but 38-13-5 is a pretty rough record. The positives would be is that she is a welterweight, and she is on a 15-fight win streak. She hasn't lost a fight since 2007. So that's knocking on 10 years since her last loss. That could be a decent fight. I would say all three of those fights I named, they could fight over there in Norway and give her a shot. Other than that, I really don't know or see who's going to give her a challenge, even at 35. She was spectacular last night. That's all I have. Catch y'all later.